If you're serious about understanding survival under pressure, this period is one of the most honest classrooms history offers. Families in the 1930s didn't preserve food as a hobby. They did it to get through winter, unemployment, and failed harvests. If this kind of grounded, no-nonsense history matters to you, subscribe to Battlefield of Survival, like the video, and leave a comment with the methods you want us to cover next. Let's get straight into it. Home canning was the backbone of long-term survival. Glass jars, heat and discipline kept millions fed. Families water-bath canned fruits, tomatoes and pickled vegetables, while pressure canners handled meats, beans and soups. The process killed bacteria and sealed food for months or years. A single summer garden could become shelves of meals. Today, this knowledge applies directly to anyone wanting food independence. A pressure canner and basic jars still allow meat stews, beans and vegetables to be stored safely without electricity, exactly as it was done in the 1930s. Root cellars turned the earth itself into cold storage. Potatoes, carrots, turnips, cabbage, apples and onions were stored underground where temperature and humidity stayed stable. Families layered produce with straw or sand to slow rot and prevent freezing. One cellar could supply vegetables all winter. This can still be done today with a buried container, insulated shed or basement corner. The principle is simple. Darkness, cool air and airflow keep food alive, not frozen. Salt preservation kept meat edible when nothing else could. Pork and beef were packed in heavy salt or soaked in brine, drawing moisture out of the meat and stopping bacterial growth. Salt pork became a staple protein, eaten slowly and carefully rationed. Anyone today can preserve meat using dry curing or brining with nothing more than salt, thyme and airflow. This method remains relevant for long-term outages or off-grid living. Smoking added both preservation and protection. Smokehouses weren't about flavour alone. Cold smoke dried meat and fish while coating them with compounds that resisted insects and spoilage. Hams, bacon and fish could last months when properly smoked and stored. A modern version can be done with a basic smoker or, even an improvised smoke box. The rule remains unchanged: low heat, steady smoke and patience. Drying removed moisture and extended shelf life. Apples, corn, beans, herbs and even meat were sun-dried or air-dried. Families hung food in kitchens, barns or, on screened racks. Once dry, food weighed less, stored easily and could be rehydrated later. This is still one of the most efficient survival methods today. Dehydrators speed the process, but honestly, air and sun still work just as well. Fermentation preserved nutrition when fresh food vanished. Sauerkraut, pickles and fermented dairy provided calories and vitamins during winter. Salt and thyme transformed vegetables into stable, living food that resisted spoilage. Anyone can still ferment cabbage in a jar and create months of preserved nutrition without power or equipment. These methods fed families through one of the hardest economic collapses in modern history. They weren't extreme, they were normal. Learn them, apply them, and you carry forward knowledge that has already proven it works. If this kind of grounded survival history matters to you, subscribe to Battlefield of Survival, share this guide, and keep these lessons alive.